Hello everyone and welcome to your language class. This is the second video in the English Level Up course, a series specially designed for intermediate and upper intermediate learners who want to improve not only their grammar but also other skills such as writing. If you are new here, my name is Rahim. I have been an English and Spanish teacher for 10 years and I'm also a researcher in the field of sociolinguistics. Since this is the beginning of my channel, I would really appreciate it if you could support me by subscribing to my channel and sharing my videos with other learners. So, without further ado, let's get started. In this episode, following the previous one, we are going to look at some other uses of present simple and present continuous for advanced learners. This course is designed for B2 and C1 English learners, and in these two episodes, I have covered the main uses of these two structures so that you can sound more natural and confident in English. Did you know that we can use the present simple and present continuous when we tell stories or jokes in informal spoken English? This creates the impression that the events are happening right now, which makes the story feel more direct, vivid, and interesting for the listener. For example, Maggie goes up to this man and looks straight into his eyes. She starts talking to him, but he's not wearing his glasses and he doesn't recognize her. As you can see, the events actually happened in the past, but when we narrate them, we can use the present simple or present continuous to make the story feel more immediate and engaging. One important point to keep in mind is that the main events are usually described in sequence with present simple, while longer background actions or ongoing situations are often described with the present continuous. In our example, wearing glasses was longer background situation. In narratives, anecdotes, or personal stories, the present simple can also be used to highlight a sudden event. It's often used after a past tense with expressions such as suddenly or all of a sudden. For example, I was sitting in the office reading a newspaper when all of a sudden my boss shouts at me. We can also use the present simple in phrases such as it says here, I hear, I gather, I see, I understand, they say, someone says, or someone tells me, to introduce information that we have heard, read, seen, or been told. We can also use past tenses in these cases. For example, it said here, or I heard. It's absolutely okay. Let's take a look at these examples. I gather you are worried about your father. Your brother tells me you're thinking of emigrating. Professor Wilson is at the seminar, and I hear she's an excellent researcher. Another place where you often see the present simple is in the press language. News headlines frequently use the present simple to talk about events that have just happened. I'm sure you'll find this especially useful if you are interested in movies, cinema, or books. We can also use the present simple to refer to the contents of books, films, newspapers, and similar materials. For example, in this book, Larry gives a list of largest American companies in chapter 8. At the beginning of the book, 3 women find $8 million in a crashed airplane. In the movie, Jake plays the role of a private detective. Last but definitely not least, we can use the present continuous with adverbs such as always, constantly, continually, or forever to emphasize that something happens so often that it becomes characteristic of a person, group, or a thing. For example, why can't you make this simple decision? You are constantly changing your mind. My colleague is a really kind person. She is always offering to help me with my work. We can also use the present continuous to describe something we regularly do at a certain time. For instance, at 9 o'clock, I'm usually driving to work, so call me on my cell phone. 6 o'clock is a bit early. We are generally eating then. Now let's quickly wrap up what we have learned today. Today we saw how the present simple and present continuous can be used in more advanced and natural ways, especially in storytelling, headlines, summaries, and repeated actions. These are the kinds of details that can really make your English sound more fluent and more native-like. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and share my videos with other English learners. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to write them in the comment section. I do read comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Until the next video, keep learning, keep improving, and remember, consistency always pays off.